What's up, guys? This is Chad down in California. We're hanging out at Venice Beach right now. I'm with an old friend from high school. We've been best friends since probably the 6th grade. He's got a lot of questions that I don't necessarily think about, and a lot of subjects that I don't necessarily think about when I'm making my my van videos. So I'm going to hand the camera to him, and he wants to do a little interview of some of the questions that he's got, and I think it's going to really pertain to a lot of the questions that the general public really has about living in their van.
So you guys, I don't live in a van, and I'm sitting here with Chad, and I'm asking him questions about his van life thing, and I thought it might be kind of cool to, put this on the YouTube channel. So Chad's like cool about it, so let's just see what Chad has to say. This is totally free flow. None of this is scripted. So, I'm going to turn over to Chad, and let's ask some questions. You did make a point at one time that you have kids.
Yep.
And, I don't know if you want to go here or not, but point is that when you have kids and you're living in a van, I mean, I'm your friend. We chat tons.
Yep.
I ask Chad all the time, hey, what's it like having kids and living in a van? Point is that you have a family, right? So just give a little bit of context here. You're not a bum. You're working. You're living your life. So just kind of tell people that say want to judge you for living in a van, the stereotypes that come with having kids and living in a van.
Yep.
Really, how does it work? I mean, to some extent that this is going on YouTube.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
Folks that have families and they want to go live in a van, what's the advice you can give them?
I mean, number one, I will tell you 100%. I will tell you 100% that I did not give up my family to come live in my van. Living in a van came many, many years after my marriage ended, and my kids were taken to a whole different city 6 hours away from where I lived. So I went into having the whole family, and I made that commitment with the plan of being 100% committed to my family. And unfortunately, my wife decided otherwise and decided to go a different route, and my kids now live a 6-hour round trip away from my hometown. So I took that opportunity rather than just sitting and sulking in the disaster of a divorce, that I wanted to do something with my life. And so I chose to chase my dreams, some of the lifelong dreams that I've had since I was a young kid, and being involved in the motocross industry and stuff. So I made the choice to move into my van and do that. I have my kids every other weekend. I make the opportunity the best that I possibly can with my kids. So when I have my kids in the summertime, my kids love to go camping, and so there's plenty of room for the kids in the van. I've made it a very good point to make my parents the home base for the weekends that I have my kids. So my parents have 5 acres out in the county, and they're very loving with the grandkids and stuff. So we go and we spend the weekends out at my parents' house, and in the summertime, we camp out on the property in the van. The kids love camping up in the treehouse. They think it's really cool.
What's the treehouse?
The treehouse is the pop top in the Vanagon, the Westphalia. It's got 2 beds up top. I've talked about that in the videos. The kids love crashing up there in the summertime when it's nice and warm. In the wintertime, we just go and we make use of the guest beds in my parents' house. And for the last 2 years, I've made that. So I still strive to be the best father that I can. And I'm down here in California for a couple months. Unfortunately, I'm missing out on some time with them. But I keep them involved through Skype and taking lots of pictures of what I'm doing. My kids are extreme fans of Supercross. They love keeping up with all the riders. And so I really made it a positive experience for the kids, and telling them hey, I'm going to be down filming Chad Reed. I'm going to be down filming Ryan Villapoto. And my kids just love the experience, love the opportunity that I had to be able to interact with some of their most favorite riders in the sport. And so I keep them involved that way. Unfortunately, I'm missing out on a few weekends that I'm going to have them, but I'm really trying to set an example for my kids that they should really chase their dreams. Society doesn't have to lay down, what their life has to be and all this stuff. They can take their opportunities and chase the dreams that they want to. And so I'm trying to set the best possible example that I possibly can that way. And So yeah, I mean that's the situation with my kids. I'm still the best father that I possibly can. Unfortunately, my divorce happened and kids are involved, but you know what? I try to make the best possible way that I can. I mean, yeah, that's it.
Nice. Well, good, Chad. Thanks, man. Any advice for folks that are in a similar situation that are struggling with this?
I get so many comments from people saying, "Oh my God, I wish I could do what you're doing."
Yeah, so talk about that. I mean, I read a lot of comments about people saying, "Hey, man, you're living the dream, but I can't."
Yeah.
So what?
You know what?
What do you do with that?
I mean, whatever it may be, I'm never telling anybody to ditch their family and go chase their dream. But I want to tell you from the experience that I've had from being, in a marriage, stuck in a marriage that I was unhappy in, and coming on the other side of that, anything is possible. It doesn't matter what situation you're in. If you're wanting it bad enough, you can do it. You can make it happen. And the biggest thing is keeping that dream in front of you. And even if you've got a wife and family and kids and you live in a house, like, that's the most important part of having a good relationship, is having a relationship and a wife that is understanding of your dream, and chase it. Just go out there and do it, man. I can tell you firsthand, like, anything's possible. If you want it bad enough, keep that dream in front of you and you can do it. I mean, that's what I've done. And like, there's tough times, there's good times, there's rough times, but either way, like, I'm down here in California after chasing this dream for 12 years now. I lived with Joe the very first time that I bought a video camera and the computer. We were roommates together. He saw that very first step. And now he sees me 12 years later down here in California living the dream, like, stuff that was just a twinkle in my eye back in the day. And like, here I am 12 years later. So like, if you can stay with it, man, keep those dreams in front of you. It doesn't matter if you got a family, like, your family should be understanding. You should be able to chase it and do what you want. So I'm just saying, man.
It's true. It's true, Chad. We were making claymation videos together. We were doing all kinds of stuff in the old days. And now we're all old in our 30s doing this thing.